Welcome to the 4th episode of the Oral Podcast.
The Aura Podcast.
The Aura Podcast. Joining us today, I have my co-host for this week, Joseph.
Hello.
And also joining us, we have Asylum.
How's it going?
So this week, you guys are used to having like 6 people on here. We're having a smaller one. Unfortunately, we wanted Ash, but I don't know if I can say that she's in the hospital at the moment or having some treatments done, going to the doctor, stuff like that. That's happening in the background. So unfortunately, she couldn't make it. But we do have Asylum, who is going to talk a little bit more about Aura, some goals that they might have, and a bunch of other industry stuff that he knows that I want to pick his brain at. So.
Been waiting
to pick his. He was actually supposed to be in for the first episode, so I finally got him. So now he's in on the 4th. So it's been crazy.
And to be fair, that was my fault.
Yeah, they had a Fortnite tournament, so it's very important. Yeah, but either way, he's here now, so that's what matters. And yeah, then I'm with Joseph as well. So I think you were in on the 2nd episode. I think Joseph, you were with.
Yeah, it was me, James, Rickman. Oh man, I'm gonna look like
that was a good one too.
I'm
Vert
gonna look
was
pretty.
in there as well. Yeah.
Vert.
Yeah,
and I think that was it.
Yeah, and then it was me and Izza. We were 6.
That was a good one.
Yeah, that was a really good one with all the recruits. So there's gonna be a video coming out with the July recruits that was kind of like the vibe that we had for the Meet the Aura United members. So it's gonna have that kind of interview vibe. So we have some new editors on board. I'm not gonna say who because I'm not allowed yet, but we got some new people coming in. So it's gonna help.
It's exciting.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of positive changes happening in Aura. Changes is the word to use because we obviously, for people who follow the Aura United Twitter, plug. There's
shameless plug.
Yeah, literally shameless plug. There's been an announcement that's been going on that there's going to be some shifts, and there's already been some shifting happening within management as well as a bunch of other stuff that's going to be happening in the next couple weeks. So I think they're all going to be super positive, and I'm very excited for it.
Yeah,
I got
hopefully it all goes smoothly, but the point of it all is to get to a better place. So yeah,
I think we have a lot of eyes on us, some pretty big eyes. So I think we need to step it up right now, and that's exactly what we're gonna do. Because you know what, we're Aura United, and Aura on top, baby.
That's what we do. That's what we do.
I was gonna say that right before you said it, and then you said it, and I was like, "There goes my line."
That's how we do, baby. So, you guys have already met Joseph. He's been on here before. He's a content creator. He does the best Beat Saber streams. But I actually want to post something about that. Like, I think I'm gonna put it to our Twitter and stuff. He played.
Let me just say, that was probably the funniest 30 minutes of my life that I got to watch. Joseph tried to do the Beat Saber stuff. It was so good. It was just so
the worst
good.
part about it is it looked like I was genuinely just flailing. No, I was trying.
You were breathing so heavily into the mic.
I gotta give you credit though, because we kept asking for encores and you kept doing it. I'm like,
I give the people what they want, okay? And I was like, man, ain't no way. And then when you guys kept spamming it over and over again, I was like, okay. Whatever. I'll just keep going.
No, it was so good. I think I've told Joseph this before, but I was literally cry laughing watching. I was everybody was spamming the chat. So he was streaming on we have also plug a Twitch channel for Aura United that we I'm just plugging everything in there. It's gonna be
Twitch.tv/Aura United, Twitch.tv/Aura United.
So it's like a bunch of our streamers and content creators are on there. I got the chance to be on their pog. So I did a Bible reading and dance to Mozart.
Did you end the stream once too, halfway through by accident?
Oh yes, I did actually, because instead of playing a Twitter video that I was adding myself to, and I was I have multiples of me. Well, I end the stream by accident, so that was that.
W.
Yeah, a little W. There's a fat L for me, but that's fine.
It's okay. Well, you call it a W, so no one knows we take L's. We don't take L's.
No, we don't.
No, L's don't exist around these parts.
No, we never take L's. But I wanted to talk to Asylum and get his insight. So since he's higher management with Aura, he might have some stuff that I'm super curious about. And I never knew about the beginning of Aura, what happened. Because I was brought in a month or two ago, I think now. It's just a whole, very long time,
It's-
actually.
It's got to be like 2 months now, right?
2 months, I think. I was brought
Something
brought
like
in
that.
as an editor, and then I just took control of everything. That's what I do.
She's taking over, boys. She's taking over.
Sorry. But
Mutiny!
yeah, mutiny. But I wanted to know a little bit more about your role and what you do within Aura.
More or less, I am in charge of. Well, my official title is VP of Business Development. So what I do is I kind of work alongside Ash, in business ventures or reaching out to people, trying to gather sponsorships or doing things with other orgs. I'm also in charge of basically the whole team. I look over what everyone else is doing. Kind of do evals on everybody. I watch closely on things that we can do to change. Me and Ash were kind of the big driving forces behind doing a lot of these changes, as well as like Dev and Aries, and there's a lot of things that had to be changed. But my main thing is kind of working right alongside Ash, doing things that she does, or helping her to finish whatever she needs to get finished.
So you're like kind of like
To-
her right hand man.
More or
Yeah.
less, yeah.
Yeah, you're like
yeah,
helping a lot with that.
Yeah. Ash and I work really well together. So it would kind of only be right that we really bounce a lot of the main ideas off of each other.
Mm-hmm.
It's also good because we're friends, but we're also able to kind of set that aside when it's time to, because we both have pretty vast knowledge of one, this business, and two, business in general.
Yeah.
I've owned my own business. I worked for Netflix for a long time.
No way. Wait, what?
Yeah. This was, I think it was 2018. I started working as just like a customer service rep in Florida, because they have an office that they do their customer service out of in
Yeah.
Clearwater. And I got transferred there from working at Kraft previously. So I used to work at Kraft Heinz too.
Nice. Is that the
But they,
ketchup?
yeah, no, it's the ketchup and the mac and cheese is all anyone ever remembers. But
Right.
actually, Kraft has like 300 brands underneath them.
Holy. I didn't even know
Yeah, no,
that.
they own like everything.
That's insane.
They own they own a lot. I got transferred from there because Kraft was leaving the place that I worked at, because it's through like a separate company. They do their customer service through a different company. I did that for a while, and then I had I was like best stats on site for like over a year, and then they started giving me other opportunities. They found out that I could software program, and then so the story goes, and then I ended up being management higher up in Netflix as well. No, I never the one thing I wish I did get to do was sit in a corporate meeting, but I never got to do that.
Oh, that
because
would have
they're
been
very-
so interesting.
I would have loved to have that kind of insight as to like what exactly goes on in those meetings, but only operations managers and stuff like that get to do that. They
Oh.
really work closely with them.
That's awesome, though. Holy. I didn't
Yeah.
even know that. So, what do you mean by like higher management within Netflix? So, you work more programming stuff, I would imagine, like more on that side?
Yeah, I helped with a bunch of stuff like that. A lot of the time I kind of kept to customer service stuff, and then I got moved into a place where I was in charge of a bunch of people in customer service. I was really good at that.
Mm-hmm.
Surprise, surprise. But it ended up being I got a what's called CSR2, which is customer service rep 2, which is a step above that, and then TL, which is team leader, and then there's supervisors, then there's regional managers, and there's operations managers, so on, so on, so on, so on.
And goes up the ladder.
It goes up the ladder. But I was kind of known for having like really, really good stats, so that's what they kind of focused me on, helping a lot of other people do that. I was really the help guy. It's kind of teaching people stuff.
That's
The
really
jack of all trades, right?
It's what's that saying? It's a guy that knows that knows everything but doesn't actually know everything. What the hell is that saying? I forget.
I think I know what you mean, but I don't even.
You know what I'm trying to get
Yeah,
at, but
I know
I
what you're
can't
trying
think
to
of the
get at.
saying. My mom used to tell me that all the time. A jack of all trades that doesn't actually know anything, or something.
No, it's the jack of all trades, the master of none, or something like that.
Yeah, jack of all trades, master of
Oh!
none. Oh, thank you for remembering that.
Just off off the dome, baby.
Because to me, like, you can never be like a master of anything, really, because there's always something to learn, which is kind of how I've kind of gotten to where I'm at.
Mm-hmm.
I never sleep.
Oh, we know
I
that.
we know that, but I kind of work like I live in Australia. There's always something you can learn or be better at, even if you're at the top of the top. For instance, I mean, Ashton learns stuff every day. I learn new things every day.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of about like not being you get to where you're at, but then once you're where you're at, there's no being stagnant. You just want to learn more. You want to be more.
Yeah, you want to
which is
always
how,
be a better version of the person you were previously.
which is kind of how Aura is meant to work. That's kind of what we believe in. It's like, okay, so we have a goal, but what's after that? Like, what are we doing after that? Like, because we're gonna hit this goal, but what are we doing after that to reach the next one?
Mm-hmm. What are the steps that we
So,
need to take to get to that next?
It's like you don't want to get overly complacent.
Yeah, pretty much, because
Mhm.
complacency nets you zero. It really does. You won't, especially in this industry. This industry is ever moving.
Oh yeah. And
It
I
is
think a
ever-
lot of people don't realize that either, that it's always changing so quickly too.
People think that this is just like we get on Twitter and we get in a group chat and then like that's it. But it's like maybe that's how it's been with a lot of other teams, but that's something that we've not wanted to ever do. Because you're not really okay, so what, you're successful on Twitter. What else?
Yeah,
What else?
exactly. What's the next goal after that,
What's-
right?
What else do you got, man? Okay, so if you sat in a sponsorship meeting, if you sat down with partner relations of any other major brand that wanted to work with you, they're going to be like, okay, so like you have really good impressions of numbers and stats when it comes to Twitter, but what else are you doing?
Yeah.
What do you have to offer us? Because we're going to offer you all this stuff, but what can you offer us in return? Like, what are we getting ourselves into, kind of thing? So that you can never just be one thing. Now, does everything always work out the way you want it to? No. But you always got to find new avenues to branch out and do different things.
That's awesome. So what do you think is like a short-term goal at the moment for Aura? Like, what do you feel like, what's the closest thing that you feel like it's reachable that you guys can talk about, obviously?
That I can talk about?
Yeah. Unless you want to spill the beans and get some,
Yeah, let me tell you, I definitely want to be hurt. I don't want to die. So I think a short-term goal for us is more so focusing inward right now. Kind of teaching our members kind of how the industry works, what's a sponsorship, what's an affiliation, what's the difference, how to grow your brand in a way that is conducive to your success as well as the success of others around you. So I think more so right now, considering the amount of changes that we have going on within staff, within the members, within or as a whole, the goal right now is really to just kind of focus inward. At the moment, we're not really like jumping hard at sponsorships and partnerships. We have some on the table, but which I obviously can't tell you, but but we're looking to that. I think the goal now would be more so focus on us and get our creators in a spot where they feel confident enough to go out and work on their own brand, so we don't have to necessarily worry about them. Because I mean, while our thing has always been we don't really care about your numbers, we care about the person behind the camera. And we pick up people based on how we think they're going to improve in their potential in the future. Excuse me.
Yeah, and I think that's always important to do is, yes, or as a brand, it's its own thing, but I think the content creators that we have on board need to realize that their brand as well is just as important, and growing that brand and getting to know yourself. And this is the time to test out what you can do and what works. So I think it's a lot of self-exploration on both ends. And
Yeah, I think when a lot of people get kind of caught up in the norm of org Twitter,
Mhm.
which is it's a one-way street, and it's really not. It's a two-way street. Yes, you're here to kind of help us, but we're also here to help you improve as a content creator, and seek your potential, look out for partnerships for you, help you with upgrades or whatever, to your content, or branching out, getting out of your comfort zone, how to not be afraid to embarrass yourself. I think one of the most overlooked things in becoming successful in content creation in general is being able to be okay with embarrassing yourself.
Ooh.
People find a lot of, if you look at any large streamer, in general, they have no problem just completely embarrassing themselves. Just for comical sense, just to be comical. It's overlooked a lot. Being able to come out of your comfort zone and do something different, than what everyone else is doing, while it may not be your norm, will help you eons, more than just I stream 7 days a week, 8 hours a day. Ha 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 ha. Watch me.
Watch me
It's
play.
not.
Let me
It's not.
360 no scope on Fortnite. Watch me.
Yeah,
What's
it's
people?
because let's be honest. There is really not a lot of discoverability on Twitch. Like Twitch is not made that way.
I preach that so hard. I've said that to anybody who's come to me for advice. Do not. I'm gonna tell you right now. A platform does not give a single crap about you until you make money for them. So you should not be devoting so much of 8 hours, 7 days a week to that platform.
Yeah.
Diversify your platforms. Stream like 2 days a week, but use that other time to post on TikTok. I have a client who blew up on TikTok. Now she averages 2K on Twitch, right? So it's like these things, and like she posts consistently on YouTube.
Yeah.
It just diversifying your content to where it'll benefit your stream in the end. So yes, people are
branching out
oh
is
my
so
gosh.
important.
Yeah.
It's so important. Being able because yeah, there's a lot of guys that did it, but to be honest with you, Twitch does not care about you, and I don't care what anyone says. Twitch does not care about you until you have a check mark next to your name. And even when you have a check mark next to your name,
even though
you still don't really make nothing unless you have a contract with them. Like
I remember like yesterday, Jackie and I had almost the exact same conversation. Like when I was playing kind of Fortnite or whatever, I was just kind of like picking her brain or whatever, and she said kind of the exact same thing to me about going out to the other platforms and stuff. Like when I started posting to TikTok, I saw way more growth there than I have almost anywhere else so far.
Yeah.
Because Twitch's API doesn't allow for discoverability.
No. And until
Twitch's algorithm does not allow for that. Like they just don't do it.
No.
I know they did like that recommended thingy now where it's like, but like for me, I see the same 4 people on there, and 9 times out of 10, I'm already following them. It's like
the recommended tab is like half the time, like all that front page stuff is half the time set up with the person running the stream.
Yeah.
The creator. I mean, like, yeah, you could get successful by just being consistent on Twitch, like maybe, but I mean, even guys like Ninja Shroud, let's just take Ninja for example. Ninja was lower the bottom, like lower of the totem pole. I mean, all he really did was, and he was known because of Halo. So like, he was known.
Yeah.
People knew who he was very well because he was known in the Halo comp scene. But he still didn't really do much until Fortnite came out, and he was able to do a whole bunch of stuff with that.
He was, I say this a lot, he was good place, good time. And he ended up
100%.
blowing up because of that. And he, like, a lot of people, Ninja's 1 in a million chance. So you need to put all the chance you can on your side. Like, all the luck you can, diversify your content, do this. Because what happened to, like, I'll take Tim, for example. He's been streaming on that platform for several years now. He's been there since the beginning, but it was different back then because not a lot of streamers were streaming on that platform. He was easy to discover. But now you're competing against 5 million other unique streamers on that platform monthly. You need to step up your game, and you need to diversify elsewhere where they'll provide you with an audience or recommendations and stuff like that, where you'll be able to get discovered and get more eyeballs on you. That's all it is.
There was a post that Ashton had made about us wanting, or for lack of a better term, telling our members that they need to branch out to other platforms.
Yeah.
If they want to see improvement. And a lot of people took a negative take on it, which kind of blows my mind, because I would think you would want people that you care about to succeed, right? So
Mhm.
I could talk to Joe. I could pull Joe to the side and be like, hey, I want you to stream 7 days a week, 8 hours a day. Okay. That's not going to do anything.
Are you gonna do that, Joe?
It's not. It's not.
Are
Because no
you?
offense. Because no, I'm not. Because no offense. Like no offense, but like to anybody that doesn't have hundreds or thousands of viewers, it's not going to do anything for you. You're going to be found on either Instagram, YouTube, or TikTok. That's where you're going to be found, because that's the only place where the algorithms are made that you could be discovered well. Like, just on pure statistics.
Yeah, literally,
So-
this isn't even talking out of our asses right now. This is like
This is
actually
pure statistics.
proven, and like I've seen it happen with some of my clients. So like,
I tend to keep quiet because I don't like getting myself into arguments with people that I don't feel are worth my time. Because like I really don't, because it's not worth me getting all bent out of
No.
shape over because you disagree with me. It's really not. You can have your opinion, that's fine. It's just wrong. It's just statistically wrong that making we're not going to make you do anything, but making someone branch out is only going to help them grow as a creator. Because let's take Rickman for instance.
Mhm.
Rickman's a good streamer. We asked, hey, come, like get outside the box, like do something outside the box. He came out with a video during the RC, which is like one of the funniest things I've ever watched. Like it was so funny about him making ramen. Like that's what I'm talking about. Like you have to be able to
You want to produce content that
Be
people want
different.
to listen to. Basically.
yeah, you want to be different. And I hate to break it to you, people are more likely to watch IRL stuff than they are to watch gaming.
True.
Yeah.
I've said this. So okay, I think I told this to Joseph yesterday too, and I was like, when
Yeah,
I'm
you
getting back
did.
to streaming, I'm not doing gaming because I pull statistically more views when I'm doing just chatting, when I'm dancing to myself to Mozart, when I'm doing all these things because that's what people want to watch. There's so
Yeah.
many nobody cares about me hitting my snipes on Valorant. Nobody gives. So it's time to put the time into stuff that people actually cared to see, and that's
Yeah.
just what it is. Bottom line.
It's
I
just
think
a
a
fact.
big thing is sorry.
Yeah,
I
go
think
ahead.
I think a big thing is that people don't like to be wrong. Like I could say I was the exact same way. Like if you told me what I was doing wrong like 6 months ago, I'm like, okay, heck you. I'm gonna do it the way I've been doing it anyway. Because it's so much easier to click go live and do a live tweet than it is to maybe take like a couple hours of your day to edit a video or post a clip on TikTok or something like that.
Or like learn
Like
how to edit. Like
Yeah, you don't have
if-
to. I'm doing a class tonight, by the way, about editing because I feel like that's such a useful tip to learn. And like,
Yeah.
you don't have to buy like a huge program like Premiere, but you can get there's a lot of free programs you can use. But just like, even if you're just posting weekly, like once a week, whatever it is, you're already ahead of the game with those 5 other million broadcasters because they're just grinding Fortnite 8 hours a day, but they're not
Yeah.
taking the time to diversify their content versus like.
it's boring. It,
Yeah.
it like if I go to someone's YouTube, if I'm like looking for people, or like I'm just like generally bored, sometimes I'll like scroll through YouTube for a hot minute, and if I like if I land on a page and I go through their playlist or their like all their videos, and if all I see is like Fortnite trick shots or like the same COD snipe montage over and over and over and over again, it doesn't capture me. Like, yeah, it might be really good, but like, what else do you do besides like snipe on Warzone?
Do you have a
Or, like, what else do you do
personality?
besides
Do you-
snipe in Fortnite and like jump off bounce pads? Like, you know what I'm saying? So I personally think I'm you're wrong if you think that branching out is asking too much. It's not. If you care about yourself as a creator and you want to succeed, you'll do those things. You'll go above and beyond.
Yeah.
It's not hard. It's not hard, like Joseph said. It's not hard to click a go live button and send a tweet out. It's not. It's hard to take a day to learn, or take days to learn how to edit your own stuff, or come up with a skit for something, or take photos, or it's
brand
it's
yourself, market
like,
yourself.
yeah.
Yeah.
doing more. More is not
Like,
less.
when you watch the big streamers, you just see the go live part of their day. You don't see all the extra stuff they're doing behind the scenes, and that's
But
something
they
like
also have
you
like
really
a
gotta try to
team.
remember.
Those bigger guys
Yeah.
have a team
Well,
behind
yeah.
them too.
But like, okay, let's like the mid tier, like the
All
you know,
the
like
people who do their own stuff right now.
yeah, like
people
the
who
people
all
with the
edit their
check
own
marks.
things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Because
Yeah.
like anytime I've edited, I am YouTubing how to do stuff the entire time, and like I get like editing can get annoying, but once you're done, it's the most satisfying thing like on the planet.
Yes.
So that's the really cool thing about YouTube too, is you can learn anything in a 10-minute video. You
This
find
is-
it on YouTube. Like, if you're that concerned about, I don't know how to do this, or I'm not sure what to do, literally look up how to do it, and there's a video about it. I guarantee you.
I learned, and I think people are always taken aback by that. I learned off of YouTube purely on how to edit.
Yeah, I learned a lot of stuff
I
off
watched
YouTube.
stuff, and like, yes, I had some schooling, but I didn't listen because I don't pay attention in class. But I just took the time to listen to a couple 10-minute videos, replicate what they do, put it into time, watch other content as well. I think it's always important to see what other people are doing, and then like seeing how they do it, how to edit it, and you start to develop your own editing style. And what
Yeah,
it
drawing
is.
inspiration from others, really.
Yeah, obviously
you
don't
can
like
make it-
copy paste
No.
somebody.
Don't
but,
do
like,
that. Don't do that.
But like
that will not end well. The internet will call you out.
yeah, literally, it'll be. What was the? Oh no, maybe we shouldn't talk about this. But like the Mr. Beast copycat that was like rolling around.
Oh
like,
yeah. I remember that.
Yeah, like you'll get called out about how if your content's very similar.
You will get called out.
So just create your own style and just run with it. And then like after years of doing it, you'll definitely have your own style, and people are gonna fall in love with you for that. So
Yeah,
I think
that's
it's
what's
cool.
important about having our creators do something different.
I think it's
that. I mean, if you're not bringing on people, like we could just go out and bring on people that are gigantic, and we can have just a team of paid giant streamers, but like that doesn't really line up with what Aura kind of believes in, which is it's not really your number, it's your discoverability. It's making yourself more discoverable to succeed.
So either you take the advice that has been statistically proven, or you can sit your ass down and just wait for success to fall into your hands. So that's
And
what you
9
decide
times
to
out of
do.
10 in this industry, it will not. It will
More
not
like
fall into your
one
lap.
time, like one time out of 100, like it's a big fraction, baby. Like
Yeah. You're really not. You're not setting yourself up for success by just simply streaming. And I can admit, that's all I did for a long time because that's really all I understood. I came into gaming. I've been gaming forever. I played COD for years, but like when I came into like content creation, like I just thought it was like, oh, I click the live button and then I do this the entire time, which is like
would you? I always have to ask myself these questions: is would you watch your own content? Would you genuinely watch your own content if you came across it? And it's always asking these hard questions. Like if my answer for a while was no, I go, okay, what can I do different? Then you have to try things out. And this is when you're quotation marks small like this, you need to take the time to test out your content to see what fits you best and see what like can bring you up to that next step. And that's all.
I think there's a lot of people that haven't been discovered that should have been. Like the content and the entertainment is there. But the discoverability hasn't, so it's about finding avenues to get people to see you. You know,
what do you think the future of gaming will look like? What do you feel like? Because it's getting big. I think it's hitting media news now. Like,
yeah, it has
stuff.
been like, and we actually can thank Ninja for that.
Yeah, bless Ninja. Love you, man.
Like, I don't care. Like,
Pom-pom dance.
if you don't like watching his streams, fine. If you don't like his content, cool. But you have to give the man credit because he put gaming on the map. Because gaming is now he destroyed that thing because here's the thing. Before this whole Fortnite thing, Ninja, all these guys that are so huge now became a thing. Gaming was a quote unquote hobby or a waste of time. And now people are seeing it as it's actually a lucrative business. Like it's a business in which you can make a lot of money in for doing something that you enjoy. So if you're the type of person that wants to sit in an office chair, in a box, in a cubicle, in some random place that you hate for the rest of your life, by all means. I don't.
Yeah.
I do not. I've done it. I don't want to do it. I'm 25. I don't want to do it. I really don't. I want to enjoy myself and do it with people that I enjoy with.
Yeah.
A lot of people think that I'm like a hard or like for lack of a better term but I'm just very passionate about this org, the people that are in it, and being successful. That's how I've always been. It's just my personality. I don't like being stagnant. I don't like just doing nothing. I don't like so sometimes it's a character flaw because I don't put up with a lot, but I just want to see everyone succeed so bad that that's how I come off, because I want people to like see the light, like see what I'm talking about, or see what we're kind of putting out there. Like,
You know what
you're worth a lot more than you put into yourself.
You know what you told me yesterday that really stuck with me is I'll be happy when everybody in the org gets paid, and like when we have an actual like going in.
I can go to sleep then.
Yeah, and at that point you can rest when everybody's being able to do this full time and stuff like that. I think that's the ultimate goal.
When Ashton can turn around and say, "You guys can quit your jobs. I'm salarying you," or and I can say that to the rest of the team, I'll go to bed.
But until then, wait, wide awake, baby. Until
then, that's it. This is what I'm doing
all day, man.
Yeah.
Even on the hard days, not every day is great, and especially for me.
No, and I don't think it's supposed to be, because, like you said, you can go the easy way and just be a Twitter org and not do anything, or you can go the hard way and figure stuff out, get informed, learn about things, and push forward for not only yourself but the rest of the team to get.
So I think that's the whole point behind what Aura actually stands for, which is originate, reform, advance. Originate something new, which is what we're trying to do. Like, we're trying to be something new, which is an actual like positive influence on the community, which is in such a bad spot. Reform it, make it your own, change, and then advance forward into doing other things. Make it not just. That's why I don't just do Aura things. I also do Aura original stuff, which is our surf and skate. Shameless plug.
I think it's below us anyway, so check it out below. I'm pretty sure Colin added it to it, so it's there.
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole point of doing a lot of other stuff, because if we just like sat and just said we're picking up X, Y, and Z, we picked them up and they're our streamers now, and then did nothing, what did we accomplish?
Nothing.
We put a bunch of people in a group. We're basically a plug chat.
Exciting, but
which also doesn't work ever. Just point that out.
Also,
for anyone that's listening.
dropping.
Plug chats are the most dumb thing on the planet. Point that out.
But if you run a plug chat, you're not kidding.
I mean, bro, if that's it, you're that's not networking. No one actually clicks on the link in the plug chat.
It goes back to make content that people want to watch. I'm not gonna watch your Fortnite stream or your Valorant stream or any other gaming stream. But I'm not a huge gamer, so I could be very biased there in terms of that. But like,
you're not wrong. I'm a gamer, and you're not wrong. I love to video game.
I'll watch Miskiff over anybody else, and he's more IRL / a little bit of drilling.
I like Miskiff. Miskiff is great.
So funny.
He's awesome.
But he's he blew up within a year because because he's funny, because he knows how to work an audience. That's
if you know you're funny and you know you're entertaining,
do it.
Make IRL content.
Yeah.
Make IRL content.
Yeah. Content.
Literally, if you are funny, make IRL content.
Joseph's gonna take
people
out a
will
notepad.
watch it. Even if it's something as simple as people that go out like into a city with a mic, a fake mic, and they start interviewing people, that's funny. People watch that. People that go out and just do random things. I watched some Australian dude made a video about people that put their rims on their cars backwards on their wheels, and it was the funniest thing I've watched all week.
Yeah.
It was different.
I've always said this, people love watching other people do. Bottom line, I will watch a vlog of someone doing their groceries. I watched a 40-minute long video of a wasp removal, and it was just a guy removing a bunch of nests from a house.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
And he got like 1 million views because he was removing walls from a
Yeah.
house. Like, just
I've never cut a yard before. I was like in my like later teenage years, and a couple of days ago, I saw the guy cut his yard by like 1 millimeter, and I watched like 15 straight minutes of it. I don't know why. I just really liked watching him cut the grass.
that's people just love like. I'll take Miskit for example because we were just talking about it. He had a stream where he turned around and stared at a wall for 8 hours for as long as he could, and the only entertainment he had was donations, and he probably made bank off of that stream because he was just staring at a wall. People just love watching people do something.
Nothing.
Sleep
Because sometimes
streams.
they like you doing nothing.
Sleep streams. Like, that's
Oh
another
God,
thing.
sleep streams.
That's another thing. Like, you can make anything out of nothing, basically.
You can.
Yeah. So just take the time to do it. Mr. Beast went viral because he counted to a bunch of I forgot. Like, he's done a bunch of weird stuff that got him on the map. And people are like, why is he counting to 1 billion? It's like,
Because he can.
yeah. So
And because it works.
it's
That's
like,
that's what we try to get across to everyone else. It's kind of like that's how you be different.
mhm.
That's how you turn into not just another streamer.
Another thing though, I don't want to pass up gaming because some gaming content I genuinely enjoy, but building a narrative if you're doing gaming, not just a bunch of clips smashed together. But I'm gonna take Wellen for example. I don't know if you guys watch him. He's a Rust slash stuff, but he has like a whole storyline. He's narrating everything. He has like a beginning, a middle, a climax, an ending. Like, you know, like he has a whole 20-minute long stuff, but he knows what he's doing. Like he knows how to pull audience and keep them in. Audience retention is number one. You want to keep people in.
Exactly. And I mean, if you do gaming content, like more power to you, but just make it different.
Yeah, just make it different. I think there's
Just
it's
do
so
something else with it.
oversaturated. Yeah.
Like I know there are some guys that do those like Grumbe, for instance.
Ooh, yeah. Grumbe.
Grumbe is a really good example. He made his living off of making fun of other people. Making fun meme videos.
Oh, well,
about
not
other
making
people.
fun,
Well,
but like, yeah, making fun.
like
Meme videos, yeah.
like making meme videos about other streamers or other like large people, and it hit off because it's hysterical. But it's a different way of doing it. It's like just montages of their stuff.
But it's edited in such a unique way. I had somebody come up to me being like, "Hey, can you edit like Grumbe?" And I was like, "Excuse me." It's like absolutely not.
That's a tall task.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you want me to spend 3 weeks on this? Like, how bad do you want it? Like he
And
put
the fact that he does it so fast, he comes out with it like.
Yeah, he's so quick with it. He must be working such long. He's been streaming too lately. He picked up a stream. Shout out to Grumbe.
But he streams too.
Yeah, he's been streaming lately too. So he's been diversifying that content and doing a bunch of different things now. So
He knows what he's doing.
yeah,
It's almost
so-
like
branched
it works
himself
or
out.
something.
Well,
It's almost
wow.
like stats are correct. Wow.
I'm sure
would've
there's gonna
thought?
be some people watching this like, no, you're wrong. Let me play Fortnite for 8 hours. Like,
There's no
people
listen.
would-
I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with it. I'm just saying you're putting yourself in a box. You're
Yeah.
putting yourself in a box. You're not expanding yourself. You're just doing what a lot of other people do. And if you want to be successful, you need to be different.
And that's not discrediting anybody who's doing this as a hobby. It's
No.
like, oh, if you want to just sit down, play some Valorant for a couple hours after work, more power to you. I'm not talking about these people. I'm talking people who are like, I'm grinding because I want to make this full time, but don't actually put or research anything. Like, watch videos. YouTube's full of good, useful information. Watch videos, get to know the community, talk to people, learn more. Like, just expand your horizon a little bit more, and you'll be like 10 steps ahead.
Yeah, and like you say, this is not. I'm not trying to poop on your parade if you do this for just for fun, or you like just streaming with some buddies.
Mm-hmm.
Just to kind of pass the time because you work a full-time
that's
job already. If you want to make this your job, you need to do these things.
Yeah.
And there is no argument that tells me otherwise.
Yeah.
Unless you're one of those guys that just, caught a break. That happened to catch a break on Twitch because they got like a giant host and they were really entertaining and they kept the audience. Like that's
Yeah,
the
but
only
that's
time that you don't have to do that. That's the only time. And even then, people are looking for more stuff. They want, hey, what else do you do?
Yeah, it's kind of like when you come from comp scene too. Like Shroud came from CS:GO,
Yeah.
but he had the personality to back it up when he went to Twitch.
But he's
and he
also just
had-
like an insane FPS player.
People
He
will
is-
also so like Shroud is in his own category because people will just watch him head tap people.
Yeah.
Well,
People
yeah,
will just
but
watch him to watch him game. But he is also an entertainer. He learned how to do that. He taught himself how to do that.
Yeah.
yeah, like when he made the transition, it was tough. Like people hated him because he quit playing the comp
Yes,
game.
I remember that.
They
Yeah.
hated him,
There's a
and
lot of
then it was
backlash.
like, oh, he's good and he's funny. Okay, I guess I don't hate him.
I guess
as
I'll
much
stick
anymore.
around and watch him.
I
yeah.
guess he's all right.
And then now look at Shroud.
Number
I
one,
had
baby.
a very.
What's
I
up?
think this is going to be a very deep question for you, Silent. But what's the moment you realized this is what you wanted to do? When was that moment where you're like, I want to do this for like ever? Well, not ever. I don't know what your plans are. But like,
So I've always had a love for gaming in general. I mean, I played competitive Call of Duty for a long time when I was younger. There was a large break in my life where it was just not good. When I came out of that, and I started being able to like play games again and hang out with my friends, I started watching Twitch. I really wasn't into Twitch all that much. The only person I really ever knew was Summit, because everyone knew who Summit was.
yeah.
In the gaming scene, and then some comp players. I started playing Fortnite with Yeezy. I met him in a random duo, and I knew he streamed. And I was watching his stream, and I was like, I could do that. Like I could 100% do that. And I bought myself a PC, and I started trying to do it, but then like it wasn't enough for me because I feel like I'm better in a place. I'm better in a place of power. I do better in leadership roles.
Whoa.
I like I like teaching. I like being the background guy. I like doing business things. I think I really realized that I wanted to do this in general for a living. When I realized when I moved away from home how many friends I actually didn't have.
Mhm.
When people think that like high school friends are forever,
No,
and I'm here to tell you, I think I talked to 2 people from back home.
I don't even talk to anybody from back home.
And that's like maybe every 6
Nobody.
months. I talk to my mama. That's about it.
Yeah.
And then like 1 or 2 people that happen to still reach out to me because I'm doing well now.
Oh.
You know who you are if you're watching this.
I didn't
I'm
expect
not-
some
I'm-
shade.
I'm not dumb. Well, it's just like people will never believe in you until they start seeing it. And I've always had a better time, and I think a lot of gamers can agree with this. I do much better with online friends than I do IRL friends. I am not all that great in like interpersonal relationships, like in real life.
That's
Like,
gonna be
I don't-
interesting in the house.
I'm awkward sometimes. Like I can do it because I've lived with people like my whole life.
Right.
I've been roommates. I've lived in 13 different states, and I've lived with people forever, so I could do it. But I've always had better relationships with people over the internet. A lot of my big friendships I met on the internet.
That's awesome.
And then I thought to myself, I said, well, how can I make this something that I do forever? And at the time I was working at Netflix, so I didn't have really time to do anything. But I think it would have to be like when I realized that like my family was made, like my quote unquote family was made in gaming. And I want to be able to also have a platform where I can spread like love and positivity to others, because there's just too much bad shit going on
Yeah,
in the
I
world.
think I agree with you on that one.
So to be able to be in a place where I can have a platform to change that is something I've always dreamed of. So I would say after a lot of the bad stuff happened in my life, and I came out of it, is when I realized I wanted to do something that would allow me to have that platform. So that would probably be the answer to that. Probably when I got out of the bad times.
And you grew out of that, and I think you grew in terms of like, I'm sure like personality wise and all that, and Like when I started realizing I wanted to edit full time and get involved in content, more not even just like content creation wise, but like editing and getting involved in that as well. Like it changed me completely in terms of discipline, how to manage a schedule, how to do all these types of things, and it just helped me completely change a little bit of my habits in a positive way, obviously. But it's always been good. So I completely enjoy that.
I was a bit of a troublemaker as a child, so gaming kept me grounded. It kept me grounded because I was not a good kid, admittedly. So I mean, taught me how to like behave really
That's awesome.
around people.
And
So I want to be able to spread that to other people.
That's awesome. Like it's really cool. You learn a lot from your life and your mistakes, and I think that's important.
I have made a lot of them.
I mean, yeah, I think
I still make them. So
we're all
no
human.
one's perfect.
Yeah, I think as long as you take accountability for your mistakes and then you learn from it and then you move on, I think that's where growth is, and that's where you'll flourish the most. So moral of the story: keep messing up, and then you'll be a better person.
Just keep screwing up. Just screw up all the time. No, see, like gaming is very, very near and dear to me.
Yeah.
Or like content in general. It's gotten me through a lot. I think a lot of people can relate to that. When you're sad, you put on a funny video and you watch it. It makes you laugh and you forget about the day for a minute. So to be able to make that like reality and like a job, who wouldn't?
Yeah.
Who wouldn't want to do that?
I mean, Joseph's so good at making people laugh. Made me laugh so hard.
Literally, like I tell everyone, I'm just a bald internet funny man. Like that's it. It's like
that's your brand, baby.
That's your brand, though.
I went from wanting to be a comp player to realizing I had the personality to do something way different, and it would be a shame if like
I remember you telling
something
me that.
like that. Yeah, I wanted to be a pro CS:GO player. I used to be pretty good, and then one day I was just like, okay, something ain't going right here, and I was like, well, I like to talk. I like to make people laugh, so maybe we branch off and try something a little bit different. And without getting a little too into it, I had someone close to me who was going through like a tough time, and he would come in my chat and we would chit chat about it and stuff, and we would laugh, we would play together, and he would talk about how it kind of helps him through his day and stuff like that. And that kind of reminds you like why you do what you do, kind of like you like to make people laugh, but like you said, spreading the positivity and stuff like that really was like, okay, yeah, like if one person's watching and it happens to be that one person and you help their day or you help make them smile, like that makes it.
If I could stop somebody, if I could stop somebody from doing something stupid, or if I could be someone's smile for the day, I did well.
Then you did a good job. Yeah, exactly.
I did a good thing. Because I mean, I as well as everyone else has been in really low spots before, where I've done that. I've gone to someone's stream and been like, "Thank you for helping me get through today," because I don't think I would have gotten through it, like for real.
Yeah, I think that's what. It's the very positive side of content creating, and like having
people think gaming is just. They think content creation and gaming is just sitting down. People who don't understand, like they think it's just sitting down and I play video games all day and that's it. But that's not it.
No,
it's not. It's so much more than that, and I think a lot of people don't give themselves enough credit.
Yeah. So, round of applause for all our content creators making people laugh. I appreciate it. You guys are doing awesome. You guys are already
winning.
You really are. I wanted to know, and this is like a question that I've always wanted to ask you, and I was very curious about, because I don't know the backstory of Aura. I don't know how it came to be. Like, how did it start?
So, the disclaimer, when Ashton bought Aura, and she's gonna go into more detail about this stuff when you have her on here, because
once I get a hold of her, she's not going away.
She can't. She's just like really sick.
Yeah, she's just having a really hard time right now. So I completely understand that. She messaged me this morning. I was like, girl, take your time. Like, don't rush about that.
Yeah.
For people who don't know Ash, just for context, she's the owner of Aura, basically. So
owner and CEO.
CEO, basically. But go ahead.
She is. So I met Ashton in a group chat that she had created, of just like a bunch of people to get together and just like talk. No spamming links, no links at all.
Mm-hmm.
Just like meant for people to get to know each other and like just like make friends.
Mm-hmm.
We played Fortnite. We hit it off. At some point, like 2 months down the line, Ashton decided that she needed to take a break from Twitter and gaming in general to kind of find herself. So she did that, and then she was coming back. She was talking. I talked to her a few times. She came back and wanted to get back into it, and someone had offered. I believe, and she might correct me. Someone had offered her Aura, like that. This was Aura was already an org.
Okay.
People had already owned it. It wasn't doing anything. It was just there's nothing going on. They offered some like ridiculous amount of money for it, and she said no.
Obviously.
Then they yeah,
Yes,
she
you
said
should.
you've got me messed up. No. They ended up offering something else, and she bought it. And in the beginning, I wasn't on the team.
Mm-hmm.
I was just kind of a friend, like because I don't do that. I'm not like, well, like I'm your friend, so like, can I like be on the team or
Can
like
you vouch
can you
for
like
me?
pick me up, bro? Like you want to vouch, bro? Like no, I don't want to do that. I want to earn my spot.
Yeah.
So I knew what she was doing, and she the whole application process started, where they opened up a Discord, brand new Discord. They had an application link, and you would exclamation point apply, and an app would pop up and bring you to a Google Doc, and you'd fill it out. And they picked their first 10 people from that application. Now Ashton has a pretty large following, so I mean there was a lot of people. So
Mm-hmm.
off the rip, she had people watching to see what she would make of it, because Ash had a falling out with the previous org that she owned,
Mm-hmm.
which was K9, which everyone knows.
Okay.
That's in this scene. Everyone knows that.
Mm-hmm.
So people were kind of watching, like see if she fails. But Ashton's big thing and was always, I want to give more to those who have less. People who already have a giant platform don't really need help, so I want to help people who don't have that platform and discoverability get that.
Mm-hmm.
So what ended up happening was that we picked up. I ended up being like I think like the fourth person that was picked up, by. It wasn't even Ashton's idea actually. I think it was Ashton had something to do with it, but it was some of the other owners as well who had noticed. And man, it's kind of it's almost like one of those things like the rest is history kind of thing, because everything kind of happened really fast.
Yeah.
Like really, really fast. She made a team. There was a lot of she had to basically cut. She got cut like everybody. Everyone was cut.
That's what I've heard, that a lot of people were cut in the beginning to make room for people that actually wanted to be part, or like were truly dedicated to it and stuff like that. Or like I don't know if they obviously like don't say if it's like internalized trauma or anything like that, but I'm sure that there was a good reason why these people were.
Well, the org wasn't at the time, and this is no offense to the other owners, but the org wasn't
No.
doing anything, which I'm assuming that's why they were selling it, or they didn't have the time for it anymore.
Yeah.
So when she came in, she just
She took
looked
over.
through and who was active. She took over and see who was active and who wasn't, and got rid of who she had to and started from scratch. Or she really started Aura from scratch, because people will say that this was already a thing, but she pretty much dumped everybody
That was originally in there. Yeah.
She got pretty much everyone. I think there maybe was one or two that were originally on like in Aura that are still here. I'm not too positive on that. I don't remember. It's kind of my job. But got rid of pretty much everyone to start from scratch so she could do what she originally wanted to do. I believe with K9 that never got the chance to take off. So Aura was kind of built on giving people who wouldn't otherwise have a chance
Mm-hmm.
to have some discoverability and to learn and to grow. because it's not about your numbers really. You could have big numbers and be an absolute bore. You could have big numbers and be a terrible person.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know? So
AKA someone who recently got banned off of YouTube.
Here we go.
there's a lot of listen, there's a lot of tea in the gaming and content creation community nowadays, and people are not afraid to speak up anymore, and more power to them for that.
Yeah.
Because we sort of need to get rid of the trash.
We gotta take out the trash a bit.
To be fair. But I know Ashton will be able to go into more detail about like what exactly happened.
Mm-hmm.
Before I got moved into management, a management role, I was already kind of doing a lot of stuff. A lot of ideas, a lot of things were thrown around, a lot of moving parts. In the beginning, it's always kind of rough, no matter what.
Yeah.
In any kind of business or org, it's a lot of moving parts. It's a lot of try this guy out. Okay, it doesn't work. Next, this guy, this person, this woman, try picking up people left and right. It's not going to work. It's a lot of moving parts, which is why we're doing a lot of what we're doing in these last couple of weeks, which is like buckling down on a lot of stuff. Because I for one will not turn into just a Twitter org. I won't do it.
You refuse to.
Yeah. I refuse. I can't.
I think
it'll make me crazy.
That's why like I took such a liking so quickly. I've been in a couple orgs previously, but they've never done anything. Like you said, it was kind of like a Twitter org, but it was like after a while I kind of picked up on the vibe. And even when I started making suggestions, they either took it wrong or didn't want to make the changes. So I was like, sick, like I'm out, until like I got here and I was just picked up as an editor, and I went, hey, let's make videos. And people were like, okay. And then I took off from there. And I just, because I knew that we weren't posting anything on YouTube or making that kind of content. So I was like, that's something we need, even when it comes down to just like leverage when it comes to negotiations with sponsors and stuff like that. And I completely understand that. So it's understanding that like, yes, we have Twitter, but we also have this running. It's building those brands right now. And like you've said, it's always about testing. It's going to be rough in the beginning. It's seeing what sticks, what doesn't, and then like just going from there. And it's always been about that. Yeah.
And unfortunately, a lot of people are kind of used to like, quote unquote Twitter orgs imploding a lot, like very quickly. Like you can have like a real good start and then just like absolutely imploding, and then no one respects you. But what we want to like get across to people with these changes, the whole reason we even made that post was to like kind of let people know that it's okay. We know that this might seem like really scary for those of you who support us. Like this might look really scary, but this is business and this is how it works. You're never guaranteed a spot. You're never guaranteed a job. You're never guaranteed to stay. If things don't work out or don't line up with the way that we want to do them, then you won't be here.
Yeah, and then that's what it is. So it's just taking the people who are serious about it and running with them. And I've always said that. As like, as soon as someone took me serious in this org for content wise, I ran with them. I ran with Izza. I ran with Dad.
It's basically setting yourself up.
Yeah.
And exactly like you said, but it's also like you're setting yourself up for success down the line. And it's not a sprint.
Yeah, and like we all have the same goal. We all want to see Aura succeed. So why not put in the time? I'm putting so much of my time into this. Like a lot of my time into this, because I truly believe in it. Like the other orgs, as soon as I got some pushback, I was told no, and like, like even though it was something that they needed, like content wise, like posting consistently, stuff like that they weren't doing, I was like, I'm out. Like I'm not wasting my time on this, and I want to have an org or like a team or somebody who will listen to me and will like somewhat and if I've always said this, if I trip and fall, I trip and fall. I'm really good at bouncing back and adapting. So if something doesn't work, or it doesn't, I don't know, like doesn't work out or whatever, I move and I shift again. I'm very good at that. So it's always like this. So like ORACAST, I love it. I've been doing it for a month now, and I'll keep doing it until I stop. Basically. Well, I dropped dead.
That's a good guess.
So So until like I feel like it's run its course or something like that, then but until then, like I'm gonna keep doing it, and I'm gonna keep getting people on to talk, and I'm gonna keep like just getting better at it. Like the first podcast versus now. First podcast, obviously everybody was new into it. Nobody wasn't sure. It's a lot of stuttering. It's a lot of getting to know a little bit of everybody. But now like this conversation, this podcast flowed so well in all directions. Like it's already been an hour right now.
Yeah.
When
you have a good conversation with people, or like it's just about repetition, about practice.
Yeah. And then
and I have done public speaking before, so like I thank God I'm able to like for those that don't know, I dealt with a really large portion of my life where I struggled with addiction and all that. So what I used to do, when I came out of that, and I got myself together, I used to go to schools and speak and do that sort of thing. So this is something I love. I love talking. I love talking.
I know.
I'm from New York. That's all we do is talk. We just talk. That's all we do.
Nice.
That's all we do is talk. So, to do this is amazing. It's awesome. And you're great at it. And I don't think, and I think telling people in our org to like not do something that they're passionate about, or like stop them from doing certain things would be a hindrance to them and to us.
Yeah, unless it's like a real issue.
Problem.
Yeah.
If it's a problem, then yes, but
other than that, you let them run. You
no.
give them the tools that they need, and then you go. Go.
Good
luck.
Yeah, if you want to make this go, and then that's what happened. They gave the tools, and it said go. Same thing with you. You weren't supposed to be. Well, your original position was my position, but then after you were doing so much more than what I'm doing in terms of the business side of Aura. So it's this shifting that's happening where we're putting people
where they
need
belong.
to be. Yeah.
Yeah, it's putting people where they belong, where they can succeed most at. It's just using using your assets in the correct places.
Mm-hmm. And that way you'll succeed even more, because you can't force a turtle to climb a tree, but if you give that tree to like a monkey or something, they'll climb that. So you just got to put the people in the right spots in the right environments, and they'll thrive in it. So that's all.
Exactly.
It is. So
I think like one of my favorite things from like a streamer content creator like role is how like involved you want everyone to be with everything.
Oh yeah.
Like and like the sense where you push everyone to do like everything.
But
not in like
that's
do
a
everything.
good thing. That's good.
Yeah.
We want that.
You guys...
And I wasn't in a place where I could do that.
No.
I was doing way too much. Like I was doing things that weren't in that category. So like putting Jackie in that spot because she has like that's what she loves to do, and she's really, really good at it. So to not use Jackie to do that, sort of thing would be foolish. It'd be foolish for me to sit there because I'm not doing that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing other things. I'm
You're
doing
doing
things
other
with Ashton.
Yeah.
It's like a waste of like your potential in your person, if you're not where you should be. Like
it's a waste of mine. It's a waste of Jackie's. It's a waste of time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
when
you guys picked.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm new to this thing, man.
Okay.
Like when you guys picked me up, like I was like, okay, streamer role, like that's cool. That's what I do all the time. And Jackie's like, hey, we're doing videos. Do you want to do this? I'm like, are you?
Yep.
Like this. Yes, that's awesome.
I was told like, you guys are the faces technically of Aura. You guys are the people representing us in every stream, in every video. You guys are holding our names in your Twitter handles. You guys are, like you guys are doing everything right now. That's the face. So I said, why not include these content creators? I need people to fill these videos. I have so many ideas that we've thought of with the production team, with Izza and everybody else. Like
exactly.
We've built this thing, and I go, okay, I just need bodies. I need faces. Here you go. Like, so
yeah, and the same thing goes for Isabella too. Like I think Isabella was in an event manager spot, and like she was better working along, like working, like you guys being in the same spot, like working together. Like that like just makes more sense.
It makes more sense that way. And then like I get to fly that way. So yes, you guys are streamers, but you guys are also representing Aura. And that's what I was like. I was texting Joseph, and I was like, Joseph, want to do a co-host podcast tomorrow, or do you want to? There's also this video that I'm not going to talk about quite yet, but I don't know if it's not going to be released yet. No. So I was like, nah, do this video that we're doing tonight. Like, I have a couple of recordings today to do with Aura members because I want you guys to be involved. I brought on new editors. I'm not supposed to talk about either yet. But, like, it's like all these, like, moving pieces right now that I'm doing to kind of line everything up where we can be posting, like, 3-4 times a week on the Aura page and consistently pushing out content on TikTok and growing our platforms and getting those numbers and, you know,
Exactly.
growing a fan base. I'm not, and I told this to the editor that I was talking to today, I'm not here to make a clip compilation number 37 on YouTube. I'm here to make content that people want to watch. I'm here to host a podcast weekly. I'm here to create content that you guys can get involved in. And, you know, you guys have your own brand, but you're also representing this org now. And I just don't want you guys to have streamer, blah, 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 but like actually get involved in the stuff and like do some fun stuff. Like, host a podcast and like
people think that streamer just means I just stream.
That's literally was my mindset until like, cause you know, I'm just used to being just a streamer, and I was like, I would post to YouTube here and there every so often. Like, there was a point where I went a year without uploading. I was like, I'm a streamer. I belong on Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
And then like as time has gone on, I'm like, whoa, I'm actually like doing stuff. Like I expected like from the outside looking in, because I
makes
like
you feel
I've
good.
been.
Mm-hmm.
It's the best feeling on the planet. Like, you have no idea. Like, after, like, Jackie asked me to come be here, I have talked about it nonstop since she had talked to me about it. I've been so freaking excited,
full
dude.
caps mode in my messages. I was like, hey, are you ready? In 30 minutes? Like, we're just going to do this, talk to Asylum about setting stuff up, blah, blah, blah. Like, I have stuff lined up. And he's like, oh my God, I got to go do my makeup.
Yes, gotta do my makeup and my hair, you know? Like, and when she was like, oh, we're doing this video, I was like, you don't even have to tell me what it is. Yes, I'm in. And she was like,
but that's what we want.
Tell you what it is. Like, I want to do so much because everybody around me wants to do so much. Like, seeing you guys want to do so much, seeing managers like in videos makes me want to do that much more, because I'm like, you guys are leading from the front, and that's exactly what attracts people here, and it's the greatest feeling on the planet.
Saying you're a lead
and then leading.
and not leading is just what normal Twitter is.
Makes you a boss, kind of.
I mean, like, if you say you're a leader, you need to be one. Because, like, yeah, me, Ashton, the staff group, like, is what people know as, like, the heads of certain things inside Aura. But we're not the everyday people. The members are, the streamers are, the content creators are, the editors are. Editors don't get enough credit ever.
Nowhere near enough.
No,
which is what, and I mean, I give editors a lot of credit for not taking that credit, because, like, without that, your videos are just videos. Your ideas are just ideas. Like, people don't understand that, like, designers, editors, the people that do all the background stuff that don't get talked about enough are, like, some of the most important people in any org, business, corporation, whatever, the show, TV show, podcast, whatever. The people that are behind the scenes making the skits, making the lines, writing scripts, making the logos, making the backdrops, doing art, the most important people.
Yeah.
And then you have
the
people the people like Joseph, who is a streamer for us. And I say this because, like, he does more than that, because that's what we ask. Is so important. You're the people that have to carry the torch every day.
Yeah.
To kind of show people what we believe in, and spread that to everyone else,
And also
to show that, like, we're not just at Aura United. We're not.
There's a lot more. And like when you talk about editors, like, I had no idea how much
It's
like
hard
workload Jackie carried until, like, I saw, like, an Aura video, and then, like, I followed Jackie and saw one of her streams, and I looked to see just how many people she edits for, and I'm like, how do you have the time in a day to do all that work?
I can send you a screenshot right now of my schedule. Me and my partner are splitting the workload right now because there's just so much. We're at a process where he's about to go full time doing this, and I have a secure job and stuff, and I like what I'm doing, so I'm backup in case somebody, one of our big clients drops us or whatever, I can cover with bills and rent and stuff. So we're just thinking of that, like, in a very smart way. But he's about to go full time doing this, and he has, like, such a huge workload. I have such a huge workload. I go 9 to 5. I go and work. I'm a television production coordinator, and then the next 4 or 5 hours, I eat dinner, come back. 4 or 5 hours after that, I edit for a number of creators, for Aura, for whatever. I go to the gym. I've been wanting to take care of my health, so I take an hour out of my day to do that. By the time I'm home, at midnight, and I'm asleep. And then I repeat, and I just keep going. And that's what I mean by, like, I've grown this discipline where I don't stop, and I just keep going. And when I stop, I'm like, what am I doing? Like, what's next?
What's next?
Like,
Yeah, what's next?
Feed me
And-
more.
feed me more.
But that's what we
literally.
want. That's all we want. I think that's what sets Aura apart from a lot of people is that we do not care how big you are. We care how big your ambition is.
Mhm.
We care how much you're willing to work. We care how much you care about us.
And we'll give that.
That's the
love back.
whole. And no one and no family is perfect. Like we preach family, and there's a lot of stuff that we have to change and fix. But I mean, no family's perfect.
No. And
you
like
know,
I
and-
said, like in any org, in any company, there's always going to be problems and things to fix, no matter what. Nobody's perfect, and that's what we're getting as close as we can to perfect.
Yeah,
We're
and
just
it's
working
also
on it.
tough too because I want to be everyone's homie like all the time. I want to be everyone's like friend. I do, but I can't be all the time, and it sucks. But I know when Ash is signing our checks, I'm okay with it. That's cool.
Yeah, that's what it is.
If but I mean I love this so much.
I think
That's all.
there's so much room for potential, and there is already potential that's being seen. And
Yep.
I think that like we just gotta push it, and that's what it is right now. It's making those changes that we're doing right now, and pushing it, and just keep going.
Yeah.
That's all it
100%.
is. So it's good.
Yes, man.
Okay, so I think I'm gonna wrap it up now. But I
Okay.
appreciate Joseph, who's my little co-host for this week. Hopefully he'll drop by next week too. And as well as Asylum, who stopped by and talked to us a little bit about Aura and some of the industry stuff. It was a very insightful conversation. I feel like I think there's been a lot of information packed in there. So I'm sorry if I made a couple of you guys mad. But it is
Hopefully, mad turns into ambition. That's
into
all I hope.
motivation, ambition, and
Turn it
wanting
into
to do
turn it into motivation. If I make you mad, then it probably applies to you.
more.
Oh dang.
But
Let
I
me just sip my tea really quick.
tea time with Asylum with my two Josephs. That was the JJ and J podcast.
Oh my god, it
Holy
actually
heck, I
is.
didn't even think about that.
It
It's a
actually
triple J.
is. That's actually crazy.
Yeah, it's
Is
a
this where the
triple J.
Triforce like comes together? Is
Yeah,
that,
this
I don't
is
know anything
where-
about Zelda though.
Yeah, it's the triangle. Everything's connected. But
Illuminati.
literally. But I appreciate everybody watching as well. Obviously, if you listen to this on YouTube, give it a like, subscribe, please. And obviously, if you're on Spotify, hello, you hear my lovely voice. And thank you so much for those watching on Spotify and watching the stats. I appreciate everybody listening. And I'll see you guys next week, same time. So everybody say bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.
See you guys later.